The hangar smelled of burned ion fuel and desperation. I stood at the edge of Dock 7, eyes fixed on the sleek gunmetal corvette behind the security barrier. That ship could outrun the Syndicate patrols, make the jump to Delta Station in under 12 hours, and most importantly, get me far away from New Vega before someone found the bodies. But I was broke. No, worse than broke. My bounty was high enough that anyone could collect and live easy for a decade. "You're staring at her like she's a goddess," a voice said behind me. "Smooth. Feminine. Dangerous. She is, you know. The Verrana. My ship." I turned. She stood there in a crimson pilot's jacket that hugged her like a second skin, white hair spilling down her back, skin like polished bronze. Her eyes, deep violet, studied me with the casual arrogance of someone who could afford to own a starship and all the trouble that came with it. "I need that ship," I said. Her lips curved in a smile that wasn't friendly. "Everyone needs my ship. Few can afford her." "I can pay," I began. She cut me off with a wave. "Not in credits. I don't want your money." The way she said it made my pulse thump in my ears. "Then what do you want?" She leaned in until her breath warmed my cheek. "Your body," she whispered. "For one voyage." I stared at her. "You mean?" Her smile deepened, but there was steel behind it. "Not what you're thinking. I need your body linked to my ship's neural core. The Verrana only obeys a bonded pilot, and the last one died. I can't bond twice without frying my nervous system. So I need you." That sounded insane. Neural bonding wasn't just risky, it was permanent. But I was running out of time. "What happens after this one voyage?" I asked. "You walk away," she said. "With the ship. If you survive." I didn't ask survive what. I just nodded. Chapter 2, Bonding. The neural link chamber was cold, lit in a ghostly blue. Cables as thick as my arm dangled from the ceiling like mechanical snakes. Her name was Seraya, helped me into the recliner-like seat. "You'll feel heat first," she said softly. "Then cold. Then you'll feel like you're dying. That's normal." "That's reassuring," I muttered. She placed her hands on either side of my head, eyes locking with mine. "Once we start, there's no going back. I don't have a choice." Something flickered in her expression. Regret? Amusement? Both. None of us ever do. She lowered the neural crown onto my skull. The first surge hit like molten lightning, burning down my spine. I gasped, tried to pull away, but straps held me in place. The second wave was ice, jagged and cutting, flooding my veins. My vision shattered into fragments, images of alien skies, battles in deep space, her laughter in my ears, blood on my hands that wasn't mine. Somewhere, far away, I heard her voice. "Breathe, Kai. Let her in." I wasn't sure if she meant herself or the ship. And then, the bond locked. I felt it. A heartbeat that wasn't mine. A pulse that thrummed with reactor fire and starfield hunger. The Verrana was alive, and now she was inside me. When my vision cleared, Seraya's hand was on my chest. Her gaze had softened. "We're linked. Now let's get moving before you regret it." Chapter 3, The Voyage. We left New Vega under cover of midnight traffic, gliding past customs like shadows. The ship responded to my thoughts before I even formed them. Tilt here, accelerate there, like flying was as natural as breathing. Seraya sat in the co-pilot's chair, watching me more than the controls. "You're adapting fast." "It's like she knows me," I said, patting the console. "She does," Seraya replied quietly. "The Verrana knows everything about you now. Your fears, your lies, your heartbeat. She won't let you go easily." A chill crawled up my spine. Our destination was the outer belt, beyond Syndicate reach. But to get there, we had to cross the rift zone, a gravity-snarled stretch of space littered with debris and raiders. Halfway through, we picked up a tail. 3 ships. Fast. Armed. They want you, Seraya said without looking at me. Or me. Or both. Suggestions. Her grin was sharp. Fly like your life depends on it. We tore through the rift, dodging shattered satellites and spinning rock. The Verrana felt hungry, eager, almost joyous in the chase. I could feel her feeding me speed, reflexes sharper than human, a strange rush of exhilaration. One raider clipped our wing. I felt it in my bones, pain, searing, and raw. They're going to keep coming, I hissed. Seraya's hand closed over mine on the throttle. Then let's show them what she can really do. We dove into a debris storm so dense I should have been blind. But the ship saw for me, mapping every obstacle in perfect clarity. I became the Verrana. She became me. When we emerged, only wreckage floated behind us. Chapter 4, Truths in the Dark. We coasted in silence for hours. I should have been exhausted, but the bond hummed in my veins like a second heartbeat. Finally, I asked, "What's really on the other side of the belt?" She didn't answer at first. Then, softly, freedom. And danger. In equal measure. I waited. "My people," she said at last. "They're dying. A war no one outside the belt cares about. I need the Verrana to bring supplies, weapons, hope." I looked at her. "And the bond? You could have found any pilot desperate enough." Her eyes locked with mine. I didn't just need a pilot. I needed someone the ship would accept. Someone who could survive her. And if I didn't? She shrugged, but her voice was quiet. "Then I'd bury you and try again." The words should have chilled me. Instead, I felt a strange pull toward her, this dangerous, driven woman who had gambled my life like it was nothing. Chapter 5, The Betrayal. We reached the edge of the outer belt just before dawn cycle. I expected a fleet, maybe a station. Instead, guns. Dozens of them. All pointed at us. The comm crackled. "Seraya Val. Surrender the Verrana." Her face went still. "It's the Syndicate. They must have tracked me." "Tracked us," I corrected. She glanced at me, and in her eyes I saw it, the decision. She could cut the bond, eject me, and maybe save herself. But instead, she said, "Hold on." We dove, engine screaming, weaving between bursts of plasma fire. I could feel the Verrana straining, her pulse ragged in my mind. My muscles burned. My lungs felt too small. And yet we kept moving. One last push. One last jump. We hit the slipstream and the stars smeared into lines. Chapter 6, The Price Paid. When we emerged, we were in open space. No Syndicate. Just the cold, glittering void. The bond between us thrummed weakly, the ship's energy bleeding into my body to keep me conscious. I realized my hands were shaking. "You saved me," I said. She smiled faintly. "We saved each other." I wanted to tell her I wasn't sure where I ended and the ship began anymore. But then I looked at her, the exhaustion in her face, the quiet strength, and I realized it didn't matter. She'd asked for my body. She had it now, in ways I'd never imagined. And the ship. The Verrana wasn't just mine. We belonged to each other.